Have you ever wanted to make a Spider-Man-like character in City Heroes? I'm Controlled Chaos. In this video, we're going to do the exact thing. Let's go ahead and get started. So first off, we need to pick an origin. And for Spider-Man, it's simple. All of the Spider-Mans, for a majority of it, got bitten by a radioactive spider with science, stuff like that. So of course, we have to go the science route. We have to hold true to that feel. Now, for the Spider-Man, you want to go ahead and you want to go ranged because, well, they shoot webs. All of them shoot webs. Pure and simple. Now, what one you choose depends. And I'm doing this on the Rebirth server, so I've got a couple options here. First option we can go Blaster. And if you go Blaster, here's why I recommend. You go Dark Blast. Then you go Martial Combat. Now, with the Dark Blast, you want to go over here and you want to go into Dark Blast and you want to switch this to Color Tangible and you want to change the color. So I'm going to rotate this around so you can see a bit better. And we want to go with a more whitish effect. Something like that. Okay, let's actually change this up a bit. Go with this. Let's make this one actually this. No, we'll make this one this. One this. So it gets the feel going. And we could change that up. We could, instead of that being a yellow, we could go that direction and give it that kind of feel. But you want to give it that white feel. You want to give it that web look. And then on top of that, you can also change this over to like Soul Noir. That's not going to do it. Definitely don't want to do skulls. So we can do the no skulls. And that looks good there. And we basically want to do that. And do this. Tangible. There we go. So now you do stuff like that. And it has that web look. And this is the reason we're choosing the Dark Blast. Is we want that sort of webbed look to it. And this has that web look to it and feel to it. So we got that. Now, martials, the reason we chose martial arts is because, well, Spider-Man does a lot of martial arts kicks. You know, you got the key punch, you got the storm kick, you know, reach the limits, speed burst, dragon tail, stuff like that. So that's the direction you want to go with that. Now, however, if you choose, and I recommend this, you want to go Guardian. And Guardian will give you even better effect for this. Because with the Guardian, we can go up here. Once again, we're going to do Dark Assault because of the webbed effect. And we'll even do melee that way. But the secondary allows you to have things such as you can do different types of things like pain focus. So you can do mind over body, stuff like that. You can do temporal, which will actually give you things like the Lucky and the Farsight, which would be sort of like that spider sense feel. But there's also some time warping stuff that Spider-Man really doesn't have, so it wouldn't fit perfectly. But the reconstruction would work very well on this and work nicely on this. Now, if you want to do more of a spider feel to where you have a carapace that comes up when you use things, you could do the organic composition, which would then giving you the hardened carapace and stuff like that. So we go along this route. Now, for the traditional Spider-Man, we're going to go ahead and drop the height a bit. And then we're going to go ahead and in here, we're going to clear this out. Primary color, we want to be a red. A little bit brighter of a red. We want a blue. for the head. We want to go color skin color if we're wanting to be true. Do something pastier. Not that pasty. But, you know, something along with the normal complexion of Peter Parker, unless you're wanting to do a Miles Morales, then, you know, you want to go towards those darker skin tone, stuff like that. But if you're just doing one that is themed around looking like Spider-Man, but isn't exactly Spider-Man, go with whatever skin tone you want. But the one thing we do want to do, we want to change this to full mask. And we're going to zoom up here. We're going to go face. We want to change this to the full mask face. Find the full mask here. There it is. So we want full mask there. Then we're going to go down to upper body. And there's two ways we can do the upper body. So we're going to keep it tights. But we want to go here. When we go here, we're going to scroll all the way down. I'm showing you the main way to have the Superman, or not Superman, but Spider-Man look. We're going to scroll all the way down to shapes. I passed it, didn't I? On my eyes. That's the one I'm looking for. Or actually, never mind. We want stripes. Or strikes. Yeah, stripes. Sorry. My eyes are messing with me right now. Excuse me. So we got that part done, right? Now we need to go glove. And the only thing we're doing is we're just changing this to tights for both of the gloves. We don't want it to be leather. We want it to be tights. Then for the belt, we're going to go to the belt. And we do want to choose a belt. We're looking for the one that says B. We're going to go B. So we got that put in. For the pants, this is where we're going to toggle this off. We're going to go to pants. Go here. We're going to take this red, turn it to a blue. We're going to zoom out. We're going to go boots. Change them to tights. There is your basic Spider-Man. Yes, I know it doesn't have the spider webbing on the red areas for the face, the chest area with red, the gloves, and the boots. We don't have that capability yet. However, with this being Rebirth, they do some really cool stuff with technologies. If a Rebirth developer is listening, I would love to see a web texture go onto these areas. That would be really, really cool to really give that Spider-Man feel. And here's the reason why I say this. If I go to pants, I switch this back to red, and I go here to this, roll down, we're going to see something down here that's really cool. And this will give you another Spider-Man feel. We got these webs here. So you could literally go with the shorts overlay or not. I'm going to go with left here. And if we go up to the upper body and we go to chest, we can take these stripes. We can go up and we can do different webs here. I'm going to do web right just to give some asynchronicity. And so this gives sort of that feel. If you really want to add things in, you can change things up, make it look a little bit different, add to your Spider-Man effect. Like for instance, we can go to this belt and we can change this to the blue to give some contrast. You know, stuff like that we can do. That's really nice. You know, another thing we can do is we can go to these gloves. We can go, do they have a... No, we want to keep this that way. We want to go long sleeve. No. Don't think they have available on men. Maybe it's this. Lightning. with the line. Zoom in. The lines could sort of portray like a web. So you could do the lines. Lux, we're not really going to go with. Lightning's really not going to do its job. No. No. Shapes, no. But that's the other thing. I'd like to see it have sort of a web effect on there. Ooh. We could do this sort of trident thing. That would add an interesting different effect. But something that would give the change in the tone. Go back to here. Like this would work. This text shield. This would work. Wouldn't do the vines one. You could do this one, but you'd have to switch it. You could do... That might work for the tribal. Tiger, no. This would work for the thorns. But, play around with it. Give a feel for what would look right for your character. Like, for instance, we could do this one, and we can switch this to blue. Switch this to the red. And look at that. It has that nice sort of flow and look to it. And just sort of play around with it to get the spider look you want. Going, if we were to go, let's say, female. And we were to do this. So let's clear this out. Primary color, once again, red. Blue, I'm not going to worry about the skin color. I'm not going to worry about the head. I'm looking more at the upper body. I'm looking at the glove. So we want, that's the left glove, yep. But yeah, something like this bridle would add a nice little Spider-Man possible effect. But there's other ones that could do it. Yeah, like this. The witch lace you could have on there. And then you could do something like, let's go to the chest. Let's do that spider. Getting close. Yeah, so like that. That would really add to it. That adds a cool, nice little effect. Adds a feel to it that's really cool and nice. So play around with it, have fun. You don't need to follow Spider-Man exactly. You could do Miles Morales. You could do your own Spider-Man because there's so many Spider-Man. There's Spider-Gwen and stuff like that. You got Spider-Man 2099 and a bunch to go off of to go the direction you want to give the feel. The reason I like doing this on Rebirth is the one that has this spider web effect on the main body and the legs. I'd like it if they carried it over to the masks and also carried it over to the gloves, and the boots would be an extra little bonus I'd like to see to incorporate it all together. It would take them some time to do because, like, for instance, we go up here, go here, go all the way down once again to where the spider stuff is, to spider left. You see, it connects up here nicely. So they just need to do the same connection for the gloves and for the boots because there's only a couple of points where it's connecting for each. So lining those up wouldn't be that hard. And let's actually take a look at the neck too. The neck only has a few areas to connect in. And so it would look really good. But overall, this is how I would design my Spider-Man effect. And once again, make sure that when you're doing this, oh, I forgot to choose powers. So let me go ahead and go up here. Choose power there, choose power there. Now, remember, with this, you want tangible colors. You want to change this to a light color. this to a little bit darker color. And there's sort of like your web effect. And it fits for all of them, even the smite. See, you got that smite feel going on, which is nice. So that's how I would do that. And I mean, look at even those tentacles that reach up have a webbed effect. And this is the number one reason why I'm choosing the dark. You could also do a defender, a corruptor. Just make sure you're going along the dark line for your ranged attacks and stuff like that. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, and YouTube thinks you will like this video next. Have a great day.